Dick Laurent is dead. Or should I say, David Lynch is dead. He passed yesterday. Ah, and I thought I would talk a little bit about one of my most favorite filmmakers, David Lynch. He was a really special filmmaker because he was dark, pretty dark, but at the same time, he was romantic and his aesthetics, they were just out of this world. So I'd like to talk about my most favorite movies and series from David Lynch and my experiences with it. I think the first thing I've ever seen that was made by David Lynch and Mark Forst was Twin Peaks. It was on TV in the late 90s, and it was one of my favorite series already because it was super dark, super mysterious, and it had so many different things in it. There were like aliens, there was mystery, there was murder, there was love, there was romantic relationships, and it had that actually pretty cozy small town feeling. And I did like the character of Agent Cooper a lot. He was like one of the coolest guys I've ever seen. There was Twin Peaks. Well, and when I was about, I guess, 17 years old, I saw Lost Highway. And that was some life-changing movie for me because it was actually Lost Highway. It's not only about the movie, it was also very much about the soundtrack. Lost Highway soundtrack was one of my first CDs that I bought. And you had Nine Inch Nails, you had Marilyn Manson, you had Rammstein, you had David Bowie on it, and you had beautiful instrumental music by Angelo Badalamenti. And this was actually where I discovered or I rediscovered David Bowie. I mean, I did know David Bowie from the radio, like the older stuff, the things from the 80s. But this Bowie song, it's at the beginning and at the end of the movie. It really changed the way I was thinking about him. And I think it was the first time or the first song where David Bowie's voice really had space to give all its beauty. It's like, funny how secrets travel. You know that song? I start to believe, and so on. It's like, it's really, it grips your heart in a way. But Lost Highway was really a disturbing movie. Also, I've seen Marilyn Manson from the first time. He's like playing a porn actor or something in the movie. And I heard Rammstein for the first time. And so this movie actually offered me a new kind of music that I didn't know of. Nine Inch Nails, of course. And I have been listening to the soundtrack, I don't know, like for 100 times or maybe 500 times. This movie was also all this Los Angeles architecture. Um, I've seen these houses where Bill Pullman or Dick Laurent was living in with his wife, and this house. I mean, it was dark, it was empty, but at the same time, it had a weird kind of coziness. And I think this was when I was starting to realize that interior design and architecture that is something that I was pretty much interested in. Maybe I studied architecture because I watched Lost Highway. I don't know. So what else did he do? Oh, the Elefantenmensch, the Elephant Man. That was a super disturbing movie. So it's about a guy who looks a bit like an elephant, so has like the gray elephant skin, and he would run around in the movie with a bag over his head so people couldn't see him. But at some point, he removes the bag, and you see this creature, and it looks really scary. It's a black white movie. Same with Eraserhead. It totally creepy, freaking movie. Nothing I had ever seen before. So then, of course, there's Dune. I mean, Dune. Probably you've seen Dune. I think it's a trilogy, or it's two parts or something. It's also, but they put lots of money into it. So um, I think it came after Star Wars. That one is Dune is from 1984. Yeah, it was after Star Wars, but I think they put the same money in it, and it was really a big production. Then we have Blue Velvet. A very, very romantic movie. She wore blue velvet. So this is a good movie to watch with a girlfriend, actually. What else do we have? Wild at Heart. Wild at Heart is also romantic. It's also a love story. It's not that dark, actually. What else did he do? Twin Peaks. And it was a Twin Peaks movie. That sucked. Didn't like it that much. Hotel Room was a funny miniseries. What else did he do? I'm checking it. I was Lost Highway in 1997. Straight Story. Have you seen A Straight Story by David Lynch? Because it's a totally untypical David Lynch movie. It's really calm and relaxed, plays on the countryside. Basically, I just think it's about an old man, and the old man knows, well, I got only a few years left in my life, and he wanted to visit his brother because they separated like decades ago because they were in a fight and wouldn't like to see each other again. But then this man decided, okay, I want to see my brother for the last time. And the man is really poor, and so he had no car and no money for anything. So what did he do? He took his Mower, his Rasenmäher, his lawn lawyer, and just drove with that thing over the countryside. And of course, he meets people, and the story develops, and it's really beautiful because you see all these beautiful American countryside landscapes, and it's not scary at all. I think you can watch it with your kids. Then it was Mulholland Drive with this was like a bit of follow up to Lost Highway, but more expensive production. It's a long movie. It's like 3 hours or something, and it's very much about Hollywood and all the things that go on there in the background. So darker, more mafia style side of Hollywood. It's also a dark movie, um, but it's also erotic in a way. It's a little bit disturbing. What else did I see? Rabbits. Oh my God. Have you seen Rabbits? It's like a short movie and it's completely weird. I don't want to spoil anything, but if you're into David Lynch and you haven't seen Rabbits, go check out Rabbits. Oh, there's another, I haven't seen all the things. There's so many more David Lynch stuff I have to watch. Inland Empire. That one wasn't too good. I don't know. It was also a little bit like Mulholland Drive, but yeah, I don't know. It wasn't that good. Just working with Marilyn Manson. There must be some interview, something. We have Blue Green Ballerina. Haven't seen that one. He did some others. He did a music video for Moby. I didn't know that. Probably because I'm not a Moby fan. Duran Duran. I don't know what David Lynch did. Oh, it's Duran Duran. It's like the opposite of Marilyn Manson. And he did some music video for Nine Inch Nails. So there was a huge cooperation, I guess, between Trent Reznor and David Lynch. And his aunt had, I think that was more or less his best work. Okay, so if you don't know David Lynch, go see his movies. Start with Lost Highway, um, Dune, Twin Peaks. It's definitely worth watching it. There's so much crap on Netflix nowadays. And these are really good movies and good series. I mean, they put a lot of effort into the script, and there was no artificial intelligence writing the script. It was just David Lynch's crazy head that did all this. And it's a special world to dive into. It's a dark world, but it's very, very entertaining, and it's emotionally very, very entertaining, though it may be a little bit disturbing. Yeah, it's sad that he died. He was, I don't know, it's like 78 years. It's not that old actually, but I mean, he did a lot of stuff in his life. I'm pretty sure he had a good life. And yeah, this is it, David. So if you're listening to me from somewhere in the ether, thank you for your astonishing and great artistic work. And I will take the occasion to I think I'll watch some David Lynch stuff on the weekends. Okay, so that was it. Um, yeah. Usually I don't talk about movies or actors or filmmakers, but if you're new to the channel, well, check out what I do, and maybe you won't like to follow me. Well, that's it for today. See you next time.